Hey, it's the Blade Master 1911. So this is going to be my first video on my new channel. I know I've had this channel up for a while, and I'm just now kind of getting around to putting a video on it, and I'm just going to kind of do my little brief history of EDC. So I won't be able to do any fixed blades because this past summer I just started, carrying fixed blades, but we're in the current process of moving, so all my stuff's a little buried. So once we get settled down, which it might be a week or so, or once I'm able to get to the box at least, I will pull out my fixed blades I started carrying. But for now, I'm just going to do my folders. So when I first got into carrying a knife, I started carrying my one and only buck knife, and I have no complaints about this knife. It went through hell and back. And I still keep it sharp because even though I've carried a few other knives, this still rides with me every once in a while. And I like the wood design. It's obviously, I don't know if it's actual real wood, but at least the design, it's kind of the outdoorsy. I'm an outdoors person. So, and then no matter what for EDC, I always look for a lockback. Because I know any lock can fail when it comes to folders, but I consider it at least a little bit better than a liner lock. It's no lock at all. But this is it's like I said, it's been through hell and back, and it's tried and true. It rides right on my belt in this nice leather belt sheath. And the good thing about my state, I live in Albany, Oregon, is I can carry this on my belt and then have my jacket over, which hangs over, and this is covered. But since it's a folder and it's on a belt sheath, it's not considered concealed. So if I were to take my jacket off in the middle of a store and an employee saw him, he couldn't say anything because it's a folder and it's in a sheath. So yeah. This has always came with me, even when I started carrying fixed blades, because it just never hurts to have a good multi-tool. This is my first and only multi-tool Gerber suspension. Again, through hell and back, I beat this thing up, and it's still going strong, kind of like the buck knife. And another thing is, each blade is able to lock. It has the lock sight pull down, and obviously it has its blade too. And then it has the I have a flathead and a Phillips. I got saws. I got a serrated blade. I got scissors, and then the pliers and the wire cutter. And the one thing I like about this compared to like most of other multi-tools is this one has the spring in it, compared to where some multi-tools are there. You gotta manually do it. I've had those. I've worked with a Leatherman before. I'm with a buddy. He hands me a Leatherman, and I'm using it. I'm okay with it. But for EDC, I like the spring. And like I said, this is my only multi-tool, but I've grown really accustomed to it. So I'm used to it. So it's no matter what, it's always on my hip, even when I started carrying fixed blades. And it's now more of winter time. It's getting back into winter time. Summer's over. School's back. Sadly, I can't carry at school, obviously. But when I can, I started carrying this. It's a Frost Cutlery. It says Marine Corps. I got this from my dad. He knows I'm really big on the Marines, and again, it's a lockback, and it has the nice little divots there for little comfort. And the one thing I like about this is it has a thumb stud. Now, I don't know how many other people usually do this, but I usually put this in my back pocket with my wallet, because my two front pockets are usually cluttered, and my back pockets are just wide enough to hold my wallet and this. So yeah, it's kind of my little method of carrying it. You know, it's out of sight, out of mind. I need it, it's right there. You know, I was carrying it in my offhand pocket for a while, but I figured that wasn't a good idea just because that was the only pocket that kind of had room. Because my other one doesn't have room with my phone or anything, and I carry some other, you know, more personal items in that pocket too. But so I put it in my back pocket. If it works, it's comfortable. Even though when I sit down, I don't feel it. So yeah. So it's either this one or this one. Again, I got it from my dad. It's Frosted Cutlery, but this one is Search and Rescue. It's a, you know, it's a little bit more of a red, and it has the serrations. This one he gave to me is because him and my mom were both in Search and Rescue when they were in high school. So he gave me the Marines one because he knows I'm really big on Marines, and then he gave me this one kind of because of him and my mom. So again, it rides in my back pocket. It's a, I think it's a, no, it's actually just a little bit shorter, slightly. Though, I think you could argue it's about the same. No, it's a little slightly shorter. But, you know, it kind of lacks a thumb stud. Which, you know, I don't care. like, obviously I carry that buck knife. And again, it's a lockback. But, you know, I like it, and it works. I haven't been able to test those ones out a whole lot because I recently started carrying them. And then I carry this and this. Again, for my dad. He gave me this one first off because one Christmas they were from a. Hold on, I don't want to. So, you know, I have a younger brother and sister, so they have stockings, and only Santa puts stuff in stockings. So, this one, this Hunter Orange one, sorry I have the exposure kind of turned up for a little bit more brightness, but this is a Hunter Orange, and this was in there with a few other of his little bunch of, they're all Frost Cutlery. If you ever seen that Cutlery Corner show, that's where he bought all these some years back, and he bought in bulk, so he has like multiple of the same ones. Like when he showed us the box, he had multiple of these and some other ones. But so there's this one, and then there's a few other ones that stayed at his house that I kept at his house for when I'm over there. But this one is one of the ones that was in there, and this one, I wear Wrangler jeans, so anyone that wears Wrangler jeans or have seen a pair, you know there's that little tiny pocket right above the right side pocket for like, I think it's a change pocket. But I put this in there just because, you know, it's a little tiny one, but you know, I keep all my knives sharp no matter what, but you know, it's comfortable for its small size, and I have used it, and it does really well. With this one, I was going to a buddy's house, and he forgot, and he doesn't care, he forgot he gave me this one, because he gave me quite a few that were from Santa, you know, little brother and sister, so. But he gave me another Hunter Orange one, and he gave me this one, so I decided to give my buddy the Hunter Orange one, and I kept the blue one. Kind of so I had something a little different, and so I carry both of these at the same time. But if I were to carry one, you know, I want to use the older one first. Obviously, you know, I don't want to keep swapping out. You know, I want to keep one set back for when I need it, for when, like, this one, you know, if it sadly breaks, or, you know, I just can't use it anymore. But I do carry both of them, but I usually carry one under the other, just so I'm grabbing this one. But if for some reason someone would have needed it, I have a spare. Even though I have a big one, I typically will keep the big one for me, and I'll usually kind of hand these ones out. Or if it's not a big cutting job, I'll pull this one out. So that's kind of my little thing on folders. I still do carry this off and on. It just kind of depends, you know. You know, because, you know, you can do a lot more, you know, with one that's in your pocket, compared to one that's out in the open. And you go into certain places that are, the thing about the law, I'm able to carry it, but some owners, like, sir, you can't carry that or something. So I carry this a little bit more just because it fits right in my pocket. It's out of sight, out of mind. Or this. I always have those two. I always have my Gerber suspension, no matter what. I don't give a crap what people say about that. And then, you know what, even when they say I don't care, I always carry it too when I can. I always carry this one. It's my tried and true one. And yeah. I'm not doing anything against it. It's right there. You're seeing it. If I were to pull it out, you'd see it. So, I don't even care. It does get a little annoying, so, like, maybe one day I'll just go without it. But I don't give a crap what people say about me carrying my knife in the state of Oregon. You can carry any knife. If it's a fixed blade, it has to be open. Carry. I don't care. So, yeah, that's kind of my little EDC for part 1. Like I said, it could be maybe another month until I get part 2 up for my fixed blades, and there might be maybe a few videos in between, kind of depending. But I'm just going to go ahead and end the video right here and say thanks for watching. Like, subscribe. I have another channel, The Bass 1911. I go over to that channel and I have all my original songs. I'm a songwriter. I'm a singer-songwriter. So, I'm singing all my original songs. I don't have background music because I don't know how to play an instrument, but, So, yeah, and also subscribe to my 2 friends, Cinema Insults and Super Game. And, he has a few other channels too, like World Battle Wrestling, Ka, and stuff like that. So yeah, go check them out. They're 2 good buddies of mine. And if you go onto Super Game's channel, we recently did a video where we did the Bean Boozled challenge, and yeah, it was, it was pretty fun, even though there was doing the Bean Boozled. So yeah, go check that video out. Check out his other videos. Check out Cinema Insult. He does some funny stuff. So yeah, that's it for the day. Until next time.